So yeah, it's just the kind of family story you always know, right? You don't remember where you learned it or where you heard it, but I just knew that like, well, my grandma missed my birth because she was at the O's game. My first Orioles memory was Cal homering in the 2001 All-Star game.
Standing ovation. It will grow as Ripken bats here in the third.
When I was little, I wouldn't go to bed until Cal hit, because he would always hit, you know, third or fourth or fifth or whatever. And my mom would let me stay up at 7. I would watch Cal hit at like 7:25, and I would go to bed. And that was my routine.
The man of 1,000 stances leads off, rips one, goodbye! Ripken homers in his final All-Star game.
I grew up with those stuff all around my grandparents' house. My parents were in DC, and my grandma and the whole other side of my family was in Baltimore. And we had 2 seats, and at the beginning of every season, they would raffle them off, right? And you would just get whatever games you got, and no one really cared how big of a game you got, except for 1995. They did a full raffle. They like put everyone's name in a hat first, and they picked out 2 names at random from like 25 people to get the seats for 9.5 and 9.6. And my aunt, my mom's sister, and my uncle were the 2 people who won. And so they had the tickets to the game, and they won them at the beginning of the year, and everyone kind of like had forgotten about it until like the week beforehand. My mom goes into labor in the morning and goes to the hospital, and calls her sister, my Aunt Susan. She was like, I'm going to labor, first time, like, please come down here from Baltimore. She picks up my grandma, they drive down together. They like get to the hospital and they're like, we have tickets to the game tonight. Like, what are we gonna do? My grandma's like, I'll go. So my grandma looks at her watch, it's like 5 o'clock, she's like, I gotta get out of here. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I got tickets, I gotta run.
And the Orioles take the field, and number 8 takes his position at shortstop.
So she took a cab to Union Station in DC, took the train up, saw the game, got on the train, went back. I was bored. Like, she didn't miss much. So that was, you know, that's the whole story. And I always say to people, it was 18 hours into labor and 2 hours before game time. And she made a decision that I'll agree with forever. So yeah, it's a big part of my family for sure.